Hello, everybody, and I hope you guys are having an incredible day. It's so wonderful to finally be back. I injured my back very badly and had to recover, and I'm so happy to finally be able to sit here for longer than 10 minutes. Usually, I sit very long, extended hours throughout the day with hypnotherapy sessions and DNA reprogrammings, and I think that probably the body needed a little break from that. And so now we're back. And I have to say that it has been a very powerful last couple weeks. I know that you have also been experiencing the different waves and shifts that we've been experiencing collectively. And I think that these waves and shifts really help uncover some very interesting subconscious, deep rooted belief systems. And there have been some very interesting downloads. And every single day, when you tune into the collective, when you tune into your higher self, remember that you are the antenna that is receiving information from the collective. So when we fine tune that antenna, you're going to receive downloads. And these downloads are very pure form information. That's not something that you can easily find online or through someone else's filter. These are connections to your highest expression that are not tainted by emotional fears and maybe any kind of external influences. And this is something that's cultivated over time with practice. Connection to your intuition, trusting intuition, and also working on fine-tuning your ability to discern how you receive and output information. So this is something that we are all capable of doing. And over the past couple of weeks, the majority of the messages have been around deep-rooted belief systems that are coming to surface, not just individually, but collectively, that need to be dissolved, that need to be shifted and changed. And this is something that we are all working on, kind of establishing a new way of being. The new human that we talk about a lot in this series and many other series are the ability to embody the purest form of observation beyond the illusion of the physical, beyond the illusion of separation. And this is actually where the human comes into their true power, the true human life force of creation is available to each human when they tune in to what they truly are, this infinite source. So in today's class, today's challenge, we are going to discuss very deep-rooted subconscious emotional belief systems. And this is something that we've touched in other challenges before, but not necessarily in the way that I'm receiving it at this time, which is interesting because it's a different facet of looking at how we experience and why we have the emotional reactions that we do. If we begin to observe our emotions over the past day, year, all the way back to our childhood, we're going to realize that very early on, we have learned ways of being, ways of reacting and responding. Our way of reacting to things is a multidimensional process. The way we react to things is emotional, energetic, and it's a vibrational frequency. But the one that we really want to focus on is the language and the dialogue between the subconscious mind and the vibrational output that is emitted by us when we have a reaction to something. Because this is the most important, because this frequency that is emitted by the physical body is actually the magnetic resonance, you can say, or the attraction that will attract future experiences, and that will also activate within your genetic hologram, within your DNA, past experiences that are past life experiences or simultaneous aspects of yourself, fragments of yourself that are also in resonance with that vibrational frequency. But the vibrational output that we give off when we respond to an experience is deeply rooted in emotions. And those emotions are, we talked about layers of emotions. Layers of emotions are deeply a product of subconscious belief systems. So even the way we react in experiences is programmed in us. And one of the most powerful things that a lot of you will discover in doing this work, and you already are discovering this, is that when you begin to take the layers off from these emotional layers, you begin to uncover some patterns that you're experiencing in regards to your responses. And what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at those patterns. We're going to look at the layers of those patterns. Because, for example, in an environment where we have a toxic parent, and what defines a toxic parent is a parent that doesn't embody self-love, and that doesn't have the ability to hold space for love. And because they don't have self-love, a lot of their reactions and their emotional outputs and the way that they behave in the relationships of father, child, mother, child, or whatever other parent figure is playing, isn't one of balanced protection, nurturing, all of these emotional needs that need to be met by a child at an early age. So what happens is that the child begins to learn first through vibrational frequency how to feel, how to behave. And you learn this in the womb. The moment that you're in the womb, you are feeling your mother's emotions, you're feeling your father's emotions. You are not just feeling with emotions, processed repetitive responses, but you're feeling with your energetic body. The multidimensional body of a fetus inside the womb is incredibly powerful during the time of gestation, and it's slowly growing and developing its layers in the womb. And by the time it is born, it begins to develop the chakra system, which is the multidimensional body, comes into connection with the physical aspect of the physical body. So the root chakra, sacral, heart, throat, third eye, all of these chakras have different developmental stages throughout a child's development up until the age of 7, and then a different layer when they go into puberty of development. And so all of the programs, well, the way that we learn to feel emotions, the way that we learn to react to emotions and experiences is programmed first through vibrational language energetically in the body. So that means that we respond to things energetically before, because these are deep subconscious thoughts. Deep subconscious thoughts are incredibly interconnected, directly connected to frequency expression. So those subconscious belief systems are learned by the absorption of learning emotions from the external world. And we are picking up that data, emotional data from mother and father energetically based on their vibrational frequency. Because remember that vibrational frequencies is layered with a lot of information. So even though somebody might feel, for example, angry at you, subconsciously, you're going to feel fear as well. So depending how sensitive you were as a child, and many of you that are here with me on this channel doing this work are empaths, which means that you have your heightened senses from a very early age. You remember very clearly, you remember your time as a child, you remember the emotions you felt, discomforts, and that means that you were an empath for a very long time, which means that your multidimensional body was already activated, already working very completely at the time of birth. And as we move forward in generations, with the new waves of children coming in, more and more sensitivity will come in some areas, and more deactivation will come in other areas of the human, because we are evolving in order to adapt to technology, to our environment, to the food that we're eating, because we are a product of genetic modification long term. But the genetic modification is not just the food and the external environment, but the emotional environment and energetic environment that we're in. So the child is going to absorb all of this data into the body through the fetus, in the fetus, and that creates an energetic and emotional environment for the child even before the child is born. So that means that you've already created your perceptions of life even before you are born. And that perception that is created within you is usually based on survival, because you are coming into a very physical, three-dimensional experience in which you will learn, so you will experience separation. You will learn through separation. You will experience separation. That's what this three-dimensional plane is for. In order to experience separation, we have to experience contrast. And that contrast of separation will, feel fragmented. And so this fragmentation is something that we are learning our entire lifespan, from the womb until your death. You are learning how to return back to that wholeness of integration. So you're coming from wholeness into separation, experiencing separation. In your entire life, you have opportunities in many different ways to learn how to return back to wholeness. So this is the emotional journey. So going back to these emotional programs, these kinds of emotional programs that we have within the body are something that we are experiencing within the body even before we act out the way we believe we learned how to respond to things. So if our mother or our father behaved a certain way as a result of fear, when fear was triggered within them, and many of us have different ways of responding to things, but you'll notice that in that reaction is encoded all kinds of subconscious information that we have adopted as personal truths. And this is where there is a conflict, because our personal truths creates a very myopic perspective, a very limited perspective about what is true, about what is healthy, what is balanced, what is harmonious, and what is harmful, destructive, and counter-creative. So these are the things that we want to navigate in order to learn and understand how to bring ourselves back to a state of balance, homeostasis internally, and harmony interdimensionally and multidimensionally. And these programs that we observe within us are as simple as looking at our everyday reactions. So how do you react? First of all, what emotion do you mostly come into throughout your day? If the emotion is insecurity, for example, how do you react when that insecurity is triggered? Take a look at that. And your reactions, you're going to observe in today's practice, are more than just verbal. It's energetic, it's emotion, it's in your nervous system, it's in your muscle memory. Your muscles in the body tense up and want to work in a certain way when we are triggered with a certain emotion. So the idea is to work with every layer that you become aware of, and to question the belief system that you adopted, that you're playing out. Bring to light the belief system that is from the subconscious mind, and take a look at whether that is something that is constructive or counter-creative. So let's get started. I want to thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Hello, Angie, Liza, Greg, Luana. So great to see you, Greg. Thank you so much for your concern and your messages. I've received so much outpour of concern, and I'm so grateful to you guys. It was a much needed time for reconnection and health and taking time away from technology, actually, for me. And I think we all need that at some point. But it's actually been something incredibly productive internally. And this is why we're coming back stronger, more connected, and healthier. So thank you so much for that concern. Marla, thank you so much. Much love. This has been such a healing journey. I just recently got in touch with older family members and learning about the older generations. And it was very comforting from what I've been. Excellent. Amazing. Thank you so much. Greg says, I left my body as a child a lot as a reaction to trauma. Exactly, Greg. And that's actually a big theme for this week with a lot of my clients is that, we, as a defense mechanism, in order not to feel these uncomfortable, sometimes strong and sensitive emotions, we kind of learn to check out or leave or disconnect from the mind-body emotion connection. And the problem with that is our emotions are energy in motion. It is the linkage to the vibrational language of intuition. We need to utilize the connection of our body, because the body is an antenna. It is the vessel in which we translate many vibrational informations and data from around us, not just in our everyday life, but around the world collectively. We're also picking up subconscious and collective belief systems, but also cosmically, we're picking up energies based on the planet movements, all of these things that we are picking up information, frequencies that are being emitted from the central sun to us, through us. So the ability to embody a higher sense of information allows you to activate the DNA. Activation of DNA means activation of your intuition, which means activation of your senses, the higher senses, as well as your physical senses. So this ability to begin to access higher genetic codes of your information allow you to navigate this multidimensional reality in a way that doesn't get you stuck in the cyclical matrix of reincarnation, karma, this cause and effect, allows you to transcend that and begin to kind of co-create in a way that's more productive for your soul. Remember that this life is a temporary experience, and that the idea is that we begin to leave this reincarnation cycle, if you want to, in order to experience something else, something more. So it's a really, really exciting process. So let's get started. I want you all to take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing deeply. Okay. We're going to start by anchoring down to the center of the earth. Go ahead and tune in to your energetic field. You're going to create a field, a bubble around your body. And within the bubble is the 13 layers of your multidimensional body. So I want you to just take a quick scan around the layers of your body, scanning for any debris, any blockages in your energetic space. Go ahead and start feeling into your energetic body. Those of you that have worked with me for a long time now already know that debris that we have in the body are emotions and thought forms that are stagnant. So go ahead and tune in to all of the blockages in your multidimensional body that you pick up on. It's going to be areas that are heavier, they feel darker, you can have thoughts of blockages in certain areas. You can even have heat, temperature sensations around those parts of your body. So whatever your tools are for translation of your multidimensional frequency, go ahead and use those, tune into them, and begin to read your multidimensional body. And as you tune in, we're just going to visualize like a vacuum connecting down to the center of the earth, a violet vortex underneath your body that functions like a vortex, like a vacuum, sucking in into the center core of the planet. The center core of the planet functions like a recycling mechanism. So you're just going to allow any kind of stagnation in your body, whatever feels easier for you, to send it down to the center of the earth or send it up through the top into the cosmos. And you can send it into the sun or you can return it back to source, whatever feels good for you. Go ahead and start clearing out the multidimensional body. Breathing deeply. With every breath you take, you're going to inhale life force into the body. With every exhale, you're releasing and eliminating any blockage from the multidimensional body. Very good. Okay, we're going to start going deeper now. Okay, so go ahead and focus on the root chakra at the base of the spine. Go ahead and visualize shrinking that chakra down to the size of a dime. Breathing deeply. Going up to the sacral chakra, go ahead and visualize shrinking that down to the size of a dime, disconnecting any imbalance in the sacral chakra. Going up into the solar plexus, go ahead and visualize shrinking that chakra down to the size of a dime, disconnecting any imbalances in the solar plexus. Breathing deeply. Okay, you're going to go up into the heart chakra now. Go ahead and visualize expanding that heart chakra as wide as possible, opening the center of unconditional love. Breathing deeply. You're going to go up into the throat. Go ahead and expand that throat chakra, opening the center of communication, expression. You're going to go up into your third eye now. Go ahead and visualize expanding that third eye chakra, opening the center of intuition. Excellent. Breathing deeply with every breath you take. Okay, making sure those first three chakras are closed, top three are open. And you're going to go up into your crown. Go ahead and activate the crown, expanding that crown chakra, opening the center of manifestation. This is the center of creation. So if your crown chakra is dormant or unconscious or sleeping or stagnant, your chances are you are living life in a karmic cycle, which means everything your ancestors have experienced are lessons that you're learning and bringing into your current timeline. Things that have happened in the past that we haven't resolved from emotionally are things that you're calling into your present moment. So in order to shift from that, we're going to begin to activate the crown chakra. Very good. Okay, we're going to go deeper now. Breathing deeply. We're going to bring that earth energy up into the body. Go ahead and pull it up, that green earth energy up into the body, creating a vortex of energy around you. Visualizing that green life force moving all around your body, picking up debris from all the layers of your body. Breathing deeply. From the universe, go ahead and bring cosmic energy down from the crown of your head, combining with the earth energy. Go ahead and visualize and mixing this cosmic and earth energy all around you, picking up debris from the multidimensional body. And you're picking up debris from the 13 layers of the body. So as you begin to feel the spin, the move around the body, go ahead and allow that to pick up any debris. Any stagnation, any heaviness, aches, pains in the body, pick it up. Illnesses. Okay, you're going to go back down to the center core of the earth. Go ahead and eliminate from the body out down to the center of the earth. Everything that you are clearing out of your body, the earth functions like a recycling mechanism. So as the earth begins to create its own life force, you are eliminating from your body out. Breathing deeply. Very good. Go back to your solar plexus. You're going to take 80% of that combination, shoot it up your spine, and from the crown of your head, creating a fountain, coating the outside of the layer of your body, and not just one layer, all the layers of the body. You are utilizing cosmic and earth energy to neutralize any connections to people, places, and things that we have unconsciously connected to, siphoning our life force out of the body. So as you do this, you're going to call back your life force into the body, bringing it back, breathing deeply. Very good. Okay, you're going to begin to feel very energized now. You're going to begin to feel warmth in your body. This is you working with your life force. You are activating your DNA at this moment as you begin to open up the receptors in this multidimensional body in order to begin to work with deeper programs. So let's go ahead and review the past 24 hours. And I just want you to begin to observe yourself in the past 24 hours, almost as if you're watching a movie of your life. As you begin to see yourself, go ahead and see yourself reacting to experiences and just watch yourself. And I want you to tune into yourself as you are reacting to these experiences. Notice the emotions that you're feeling, noticing your body language as if you're watching yourself from outside. So just observe as you begin to see yourself there in those experiences. And as you watch yourself, I want you to pick one event from the whole day. If you are in another time zone, go ahead and look at yesterday. If it's night for you, if it's daytime for you, you can look at yesterday. If it's night for you, you can look at today. And I want you to select one of these memories that really stands out for you. Okay, go ahead and tune into that part of your body that is tense as you begin to tune into the emotions that you're feeling in that moment. And if you can't find a memory in the past 24 hours, take yourself back to the past week and just review there to see. And I want you to find the strongest interaction, the most memorable interaction where you are taken out of balance, where you feel triggered, where you feel a very strong emotion. Okay, as you begin to observe yourself, just notice how you are reacting to this experience. You don't even need to be talking with someone. It could even be something that you saw, on a screen or show, or you heard, and then you have a strong reaction to it. So go ahead and tune into that reaction and just observe yourself. I want you to merge yourself with yourself at that moment in that timeline and begin to observe the tension in the body. Go ahead and tune in to where in your body you're holding on to that tension. What part of the body tightens up? Notice what happens to your nervous system. Notice what happens to your muscles. What happens to your body language. And I want you to sit very still with this reaction. I want you to name out all the emotions in that reaction. You'll notice that it's multidimensional. There's many things going on energetically, emotionally. Tune into the parts of your body that tense up. And I want you to be still, observing the emotion in that tension. And as you begin to name out the emotions that begin to come up, just observe yourself. Go ahead and select the strongest of those emotions. Okay, you're going to do the same. Now that you have identified this emotion, go ahead and feel it, be present with it in your body. And I want you to begin to run your memory through all the past experiences that you have experienced this emotion. So go ahead and go back. Go ahead and see, when is the last time you felt that emotion? Okay, if you begin to notice that you're experiencing this emotion every day, there's some very important information there for you. But keep going as you go back now. And see how far back you can take this memory, this emotion. Okay, notice all of the fragments of yourself that have experienced this emotion. Okay, and I want you to ask these fragments as you observe them, why do they react this way? What is triggering them to react this way? And don't get stuck in the story about what happened. I want you to break it down to the core. What is the belief that is underlying this reaction? Go ahead and jump to that belief. What is that belief? So you'll notice that there's belief linked to these emotions that you're feeling. So what are those belief systems? I want you to observe the belief. Okay. Go ahead and ask yourself, is that belief true? Ask yourself, is that belief truth? Is it ultimate truth? Okay, so if it's not true, then what is true? Go ahead and take a look at yourself in that moment. What do you need in order to not feel this emotion, this reaction? What is the opposite belief system? Take a look at that. And what do you need to change this belief system? You'll notice that these are very deep-rooted subconscious beliefs, probably things that you have been believing for a very long time. So be patient with yourself. If the answer doesn't come immediately, sit with the emotion, and as you feel the emotion, your body will tell you what it needs in order to not feel that. Breathing deeply. Okay. So as you begin to observe this belief system and you begin to identify this new belief system, I want you to take a look at all of your fragments that you've identified. And you're going to just briefly put yourself into the position of those fragments to try out this new belief system. If you were to use the new belief system in that moment, how would you change? How would you shift? I want you to observe your body. I want you to observe the nervous system, the muscles in the body, the energy that you're emitting, your energetic expression, and just yourself as a whole. How do you shift with this new belief system? So go ahead and take a look at yourself. All of these fragments as they begin to adopt this new belief system. And we're simply going to question our belief systems. Every time that we begin to feel blocked, every time that we begin to go back to these old reactions, question that belief system. and then replace it with what's true or what's more productive for you. So take a moment to observe all of these fragments as they begin to shift gently. Okay. Go ahead and see all of your fragments in front of you, and we're going to allow them to merge into one. Go ahead and allow them to merge into one in front of you. And as you see this fragment of yourself, one version of yourself in front of you with a new belief system, go ahead and observe how they have changed, what has shifted with them. Take a look at them. Breathing deeply. Okay, with every breath you take, go ahead and bring this new aspect of yourself and bring it into your body now. Bring it in. Okay. So as you begin to feel in, you're going to notice the nervous system, the muscles beginning to adjust. And what will happen is that there will be a learning curve for the body, where the body feels uncomfortable with this new belief system. This is because we are moving from a state of survival into a state of surrender, of expansion, from contraction into expansion. So at first, these new belief systems will feel more like a threat to your body than to something more expansive. So if those feelings, and not to everyone, but to some people, especially those that have experienced a lot of trauma and a lot of disconnect and disassociation with their body and their emotional body, it will feel very foreign to feel this new way of being. So I want you to have a lot of patience with yourself, and you're going to breathe through. And as soon as another new thought comes in that is based in fear or limiting or blocking you, I want you to do exactly as we just did in this session and begin to question that belief system. What is the belief behind the emotion? If fear comes up, what is the belief? Is it a fear that we're not safe in that moment? Okay, is it true that you're not safe? What do you need from yourself in order to feel safe in that moment? Okay, if another belief system pops up that I am unworthy, check into that. Is it true that you're unworthy? What do you need in order to feel unworthy, worthy in that moment? And as you begin to question your belief systems with your emotions, you're going to begin to shift in how you are reacting, how you respond to experiences. You'll notice that this is a very powerful practice that you can take into your everyday life. And your homework for tonight is to begin to embody this. Question all of your emotional belief systems, the way that we react, the way that we respond. Are those learned reactions? Are these true responses? Do we agree with the way that we respond or the way that we act when we feel this certain way? Whether it's love, whether it's fear, question to understand yourself, to learn about yourself in a deeper way. So now that you are here, I want you to begin to release any kind of attachments to the multidimensional layers of your body that have attached themselves. These are entities, attachments, even artificial intelligence, implants in the body, because all of these parasitic entities, they survive off the belief systems. So parasitic belief systems is home and food. It's a very juicy food for parasites of any kind, emotional or energetic. So this is internally in the non-physical realm as much as it is in the physical realm with others. Okay, we attract friends, family, experiences, partnerships that are in alignment with that same belief system, same reaction patterns. Okay, so this is a really big thing because it means that when we start doing this work, we're going to begin to understand why we attract certain circumstances in our life and how we can begin to break those patterns of attraction. It starts with your subconscious belief systems. The subconscious belief systems are rooted, deep, deep emotions that need to be uprooted and cleared out and addressed and seen. Everything that was brought to light becomes light. So we need to bring that stuff up from the depths of our mind. And as you begin to see your multidimensional body, I want you to tune in and scan the 13 layers of your body from any kind of parasitic attachments that are attached to your body. And I want you to start in the 13th layer. Go ahead and scan the 13th layer of your body, releasing any attachments in the 13th dimensional layer. Okay, go into the 12th layer. Go ahead and scan the 12th layer, moving out. Excellent work. Go into the 11th layer. The 10th layer. Clear it out. Entities, attachments, implants, artificial technologies, all parasites. 9th layer. 8th layer. Clear it out. 7th layer. And this will also affect and open up dream time for you. Okay. 6th layer. Okay, now we're getting into more dense layers of the body, so things are going to feel heavier now. This is now your body. Okay, going into the 4th layer. Sorry, did we say 5th? 5th layer. Don't skip any layers. Keep track of your numbers. 5th layer. 4th layer. 3rd layer. Clear it out. And take your time. Take your time in doing it. Third layer. Second layer. First layer. Clear it out. Excellent work. Excellent work. So you're going to begin to feel lighter, more expansive. I want you to immediately go up into the crown as you open your root chakra back into a balanced state. Let's go ahead and flush out root chakra. Okay, spinning it as fast as possible, bringing it back into a balanced state. We are aligning and expanding the root chakra back into a balanced state, going into the sacral, same thing, activating the sacral chakra, opening it back. Remember, it's like petals. These petals are vortices of data, genetic data that are stored in the holographic field. So as you clear out all of that, it begins to neutralize any heaviness there. Go up to the solar plexus. Go ahead and expand the solar plexus back into a balanced state. And you're going to go up into the heart. Okay, closing that heart chakra just gently, slightly, back into a balanced state. Throat, clearing out any blockages in the throat. Third eye, clearing out any blockages in the third eye. Breathing deeply now. Going up into the crown now, the center for manifestation. Begin to activate your crown. And we're going to go right back up into the 7th chakra. Activate the 7th. Activate the 8th. Activate the 9th. Activate the 10th. Activate the 11th. Activate the 12th. And above you is a powerful white light of source. Go ahead and connect up into source. Bring that source energy down into the crown of your head and anchoring it down to the center of the earth. As you begin to bring this white source life force through the body. Feel that energy moving through the body. And what you're tuning into is the feeling of unconditional love, bliss. So go ahead and tune into that feeling. And I want you to saturate your body with that feeling right now. Bliss, unconditional love. Provide yourself everything that you need in this moment. And as you nourish the body, you're going to begin to absorb that into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the bones, down to the cellular level of your body, transforming any darkness into pure white light. Breathing deeply. Breathing. Excellent work. Beautiful. So as you begin to feel more energized and clear in your body, welcome back. Go ahead and open your eyes. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to finish our 30-day challenge now, moving forward. So every day you'll have a new video until we reach 30. We have a week left. I want to thank you so much for your patience, for your love, for your kindness. I am very, very grateful to you. And I am so happy that this challenge has helped you. It is such joy to hear that it has supported you in any way, and I hope it continues to do that for you. If there are any topics that you want to hear more about, or you want to learn more about, or places that you feel blocked, write it down in the message below so that we can address them together. Okay, and let me just see if we have any questions in the chat here. Well, so many. It's so great to see you guys. You guys are really like fam. Thank you, Brian. I'm doing so much better. It was pretty bad. I've never hurt my back before, ever. And it wasn't even just the back. It was like a sciatic nerve down the legs. So it was like I couldn't even move. But it was wonderful. And I learned so much about the ancestral and past life aspect of it, which we will address in another series that I have in mind for us, which is the anatomical healing of the body, the connection between life force and anatomy. And we'll talk about that in another episode and series of videos that we will chat about. But it's a really interesting connection that we begin to heal the body. Oh my gosh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much for that super chat, Sioban. It's so wonderful to see you again. You are amazing, and I am so grateful to be here with you guys. So please put your questions down below, and I am very grateful for your concern, guys. Let me see if you have any questions. Perfect. Imagined you were doing magical things behind the scenes. Yes, Katie. Yes, I was, but up in the ethers for sure. Katie, must make tea so hard then to astral again with loving intentions as experienced in past related to trauma. Yes, I had a lot of repeating nightmares as a child. That's very interesting. And it's interesting to look at the quality of the nightmares and see if you can try to remember, Prisness, if these nightmares were connected to any kind of events that we're having or patterns of events that were happening as a child. It's very interesting to look at that. Sioban, missed you too. Marilena, so great to see you. Grandmaster, good morning. So great to see you guys. Universal Lights, hello. Prestigious Mage. Jay Zen, I'm so glad you made it, Jay. Dean Davis, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, it's YouTube's a little slow sometimes. Thank you, John Shane. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you dodged surgery. John says he dodged surgery 2 weeks ago using your techniques. I believe it. I believe it absolutely. You can heal your body and you can shift from illness by using these techniques. And trust me, if I can heal from the things that happened to me, you can too. And so it is just amazing to utilize and embody these techniques in real life, rather just concepts. These are not just concepts. These are actual things that we can do. And the higher you go in the realms, sometimes we're going to get more challenging lessons in different ways, different levels. So remember that if you do go to those challenges, don't get overwhelmed and discouraged and feel like, oh, that's it, I failed. Remember that we are here to learn. This is what this experience is about. And we are evolving through that. Thank you so much, Christine. I'm very grateful for you being here. Thank you, Siobhan, so much. Activate the innate immune system to heal oneself. Thank you so much. Yes, Truth Seeker. Are the healing modalities and practitioners for this kind of work? Are there healing modalities and practitioners? I'm not sure. I'm sure there are. I mean, none of this information is new. You know, everything is in the collective. So many people are downloading. And actually, I do meet many people that are tuning into this kind of information. I just did an interview with someone that does DNA. I don't know if you guys have been watching the DNA series. Had an amazing conversation there with a dear friend of mine that I would love to introduce you sometime. And that conference passed, but I think the replays are available, so definitely take that. Silban, can we do a topic on grief? Absolutely. Let's touch that before we end our challenge. Thank you, Cosmic Origins. So great to see you here. Holly, Dawn, I'm learning so much from you. I know I'll be able to heal from chronic illness. I've already learned so much. Thank you, guys. Gray Herrera, thank you. Love you so much. And thank you once again, brothers and sisters. All my love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.